Lieutenant Kurosawa's Errand Boy by Warran Kalasegaran. Chapter 1. Dedicated to Papatti. I was born in the year Showa 9 by the Japanese calendar, the year 1934 by British convention, and although I was born in Singapore, raised a Hindu and speak Tamil, I know of no other metric of time that mattered. That was the world I was born into. My father worked as a coolie on His Majesty's naval base in the north of Singapore, then a lucrative British colony. The Englishman, not content with his gunboats and Bible, or perhaps spurred on by them, borrowed the title coolie and the indentured labourer from South India to fatten out his dictionary and treasury, and returned neither. That my father, at the age of 17, said sayonara to his parents in Tamil Nadu and bought a one-way meal ticket across the Indian Ocean for any work in an unknown country is testament to his faith, infinite as faith must be, that life could only get better, and a repudiation of the hierarchy of the Indian caste system, where rich Indian Brahmins repressed other Indians before the Englishmen came along and repressed them all, and at whose bottom my father would have found himself ingloriously squashed in either scenario. My father's ship moored at Tanjung Pagar harbour in the south of Singapore during the April of 1928, where a few Tommies herded him and other young healthy males onto a pickup truck bound for the north, an experience that vindicated my father's religious distaste for eating cow meat. Used to the torrid heat, he slept, thinking the journey across the country would take a few days. He woke up delirious when soldiers shouted at him to get off, and he realized barely an hour had passed. They put him to work immediately, instilling in him the industry of the Protestant, because only Protestants could be industrious in those days, and rewarding him with the pay of an Asian. King George's naval base in Sembawang was then half constructed, and the white man taught my father to operate a mechanical crane so he could lay the final stones to cement the Royal Navy's dominance east of Suez. Having accomplished this worthy endeavour, my father swept the naval base's pink-cobbled parade square, repainted its white bungalows, fixed the lights in the barracks, and unloaded crates from the ships and stocked them in the warehouses. He did anything the white soldier didn't want to do, and reported to him after that. That was a coolie. But my father loved his occupation, and he was a British man, or possession through and through. At the end of 10 years of service, his supervisor, whom we called Corporal Gibraltar, presented him with a copy of the Jungle Book, perhaps unaware that my father and I didn't read. But my father proudly placed the cover of the Indian boy in his loincloth next to our mini statue of Ganesha, even remarking that we looked alike. He called Corporal Gibraltar a good man. My mother migrated from the Tamil-speaking north of Sri Lanka and cooked in the naval base canteen, where she had the fortune of meeting the hero that was my father. They say necessity breeds invention, which I suppose is the only way I can explain their union. Being the only two civilian Tamil speakers on base, they were naturally drawn to each other. He kept turning up at her stall without money in hand, but plenty of love in his eyes, and she kept giving him dollops of rice and beef rendang that he learned to eat for the higher virtue of love, until finally she had to ask for his hand in marriage. My mother died giving birth to me, and
Sample complete. Ready to continue?